Hello guys, welcome back. So I decided to actually, instead of popping out, I dig it in, right? To just have this guy sit also on the low ground. I think that would be, uh, you know, a better way of doing this. I'm not sure. Like I do have a reference, but my reference have a completely different setup. I don't really quite following the reference, cause I'm not really being asked, right, to just model that. So I'm kind of like using that reference as a designing reference. That's not gonna be exactly that. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about how we can do the bottom part. Okay. So oftentimes we have some variations on the bottom. It's going to be some T's and stuff. Okay, so what we can do here, just to go for some simple approach. I'm gonna don't know why I lost the grouping on the bottom, but I can fix it real quick. Let me do a duplication first to duplicate the model, right? And then BZM to go to Z modeler. I'm gonna go use a polyloop, right, to do a polygroup here. And then I can Control Shift and click on this guy and do a auto group. That way I can separate these, the bottom out. So I need the bottom, guys, right? Before I do that though, I can Control D to subdivide this model a few times. Okay. And also maybe do an inflate to make them just a bit wider, maybe not. I kind of want to extend these guys. So you know what? Let me Control Z to go back. I'm gonna Control Shift and double click on this guy and this guy, and also Control Shift and click on that guy to hide those two things. Control Shift and drag, or Control Shift and go to the select rectangular and then drag and do a delete, right, to get rid of the others. Okay, all right, and then I'm gonna move those guys up a little bit, okay, to where I wanted to start cutting out the little teeth on the bottom. And also BZM to go to the modeler, I'm gonna extrude out the all polygons. The reason I'm doing that is just because I want to extend them from the edge a little bit more. So extrude the poly loop while holding on Shift. Or I can do that and just that. Okay. Anyway, now I can again keep the bottom ones. So I can Control Shift and click on that, do a auto group, okay, and also that, do a auto group, okay. And before I get those two things out, I can, you know what, let me just get those two things out, delete hidden to get those two pieces that are just, I need two pieces, right, that are higher, that are also wider than the structure of the original shape. Okay, and then I can Control D to subdivide this guy a few times. Right, all right, and then I can delete the subdivision level. You know, yeah, that's okay. So delete lower. Right. So maybe one more time actually. All right, and then I can start cutting out the lines. Okay. Let me pull up my design here real quick. Okay, so something like this. So I need to basically cut this guy to these shapes. Okay, and then I can use Boolean to Boolean things out. Now that's basically the idea. All right, so let's see. Yeah, I can use slice curve or I can use masking. If I have higher enough polygon, I can use masking. Let me Control D to subdivide it one more time, maybe one more time. So I have 1 million. Delete lower. Okay, hopefully that's gonna work. So I'm gonna go start using masking, maybe lasso here, to mask out the edges. So again, what I see here is that we have, maybe I can use slice curve first, Control Shift and click on that, and then I can basically, first of all, slice out this piece over here. Okay, all right. Oh, and also I can use the radius I make a smaller radius. That way I can just cut it really quickly. All right. So it's cutting 2 lines instead of 1 line. All right. So in the middle, there's just gonna be a bunch of, if I just Control Shift and isolate that, it's a bunch of angular shapes. So I think I can draw those out if that's easier, or I can also just slash it if that's cleaner. Right? So I can, yeah, do that real quick. Sometimes ZBrush is having trouble like figuring out what's going on for some reason. I'm not sure, but it's giving me that weird thing here. How about I do this then? So 1 and 2. Yeah, it's happy about that. Don't know why, I just keep on cutting. Yeah, so I want to keep a shape like this, as you can see. So if I can get it out, so you can see what I'm doing here. I want it. I don't want to slice though. Yeah, so I want to have a shape like that, right? And then the rest of the things will be the one we use to cut out from the bottom. Yeah. So let me also, yeah, let me Control Z to go back, and then I need to also cut one over here to get this top piece, of course. I think I subdivided too much, so it's a little slow performance-wise. And also in the middle, you could also get rid of the ones you don't really need. Or we can do those later on, but let me just cut those guys one more time. On the bottom, just cut those angular lines, right? X shapes across the surface. I want them to be connected in the middle. But again, here you have to also think about, okay, yeah, I'm making those models, but eventually, right, are they going to be normal map? Are they going to be actual model? They could be actual model. I have been there and done it. It's just time consuming when you actually wanted to retopologize this, right? Anyway, so let's see. Let's cut it a little bit. Yeah. All right. So let's see, what I want to keep are the ones without so it's gonna be, yeah, the ones without these angular shapes. Including that little thing. Okay. And maybe also that. Okay, so that's gonna be the one we cut out from the model, if that makes sense. And then when we cut these out, we have those shapes. Okay. And yeah, we can do some tweaking. We can do a delete hidden to get rid of these guys now. Okay. And then the things we also need to do is we have to do something here on this guy. So one thing I could do also here is, let me do delete hidden. Control Shift and double click on that, and that Control W to give this guy a group already, because that's one of the pieces I use, right? And the others, this guy, think I can use slash to slash out these little lines, or I think maybe masking is easier if that can be done quickly. Yeah. So masking the edges, I think they're gonna be more like bigger shapes. So that's why I subdivided quite a lot, so that's gonna allow me to do this really quickly. I just some masking. So one thing I think that's important for any beginners is that the attitude you're having when you're sculpting or making anything is gonna be also a deciding factor of the quality, right? You'd rather, especially when you're practicing, you'd rather go slow than trying to rush through it, because the speed will catch up. You'll be able to do faster eventually in the future someday, right? But you don't want it to rush it now, so you don't really learn it, right? So you kind of want it to be aware of that. You kind of say, okay, I'm a little bit rushed. I didn't get the shape right. Let me Control Z, right, to fix it. Like here, kind of wanted to have that wave shape, so I think I need to draw it a little bit more carefully. Okay, keep on going from there. Let me delete that. Okay. So slow is fast sometimes because you don't have to redo it. If you did something wrong, then you do have to redo it, and there's no, no reason why you have to go fast, right? If it's wrong, if you go too fast and it's hard to control and you got it wrong, then yeah, there's no reason why you have to go fast, right? Now, when you see those really quick videos that does something really quickly, it's either because it's a fast forward video or the guy who's doing it is too sophisticated, right? Have done it many times, so they're fast. That's not the thing you have to pursue, right? Speed will catch up eventually. It's the quality that you have to be able to control or to maintain when you're learning it. All right, cool. So we use those guys again to cut things out, right? Control W to give them a group. Control Shift and double click on it. On this blue one, right? We do a delete hidden. Okay, and that's gonna be the pieces we use to cut things out from the base. Okay, now for the back, I think I can do the same thing. Just oops. Yeah, I can also just give these guys the same group, right? For this guy again. So what I do is Control Shift and let me do a delete hidden again. Control Shift and click on this guy, and then I think I just need to cut a few squares. And sometimes it's not happy with, you just cut it all the way through, so you have to do multiple cuts. I think I just need to cut it one more time here. And go to shift and grab that. I just need 2 more cuts. And also a cut that goes through the middle. All right, cool. Now it's time to get those lines, get those things we want to kick out. Let me go to shift and get everything back. And then I need to kick out that, and it's the middle one. Okay, I'll do a delete hidden for now, and we can go to W, and we can keep working on this guy, right? So for the middle, we just need to, let me see, I can get a copy of the middle actually. So get a copy of the middle, and let me flip that, get to W to give it a group. So for the middle, we need to cut 3 circular shapes, and there is a slice circular, and let me hit OK. Oh, you know what? I'm forgetting that one piece. Okay, and then, oops. To W. Okay, so we have 3 circular shape, slice circular, and we just draw these guys out. Oh, and this time I don't want it to be able to use the brush radius to cut 2 lines, just 1 line. That and that. Okay. So yeah, I think those are gonna be the things we cut out. So I'm gonna do a delete hidden again, and Control W to give them the same group. All right, so that's gonna be the parts we want to cut out from this show, right? So next time, in the next video, we're gonna go ahead and extend this out, right, and then use Boolean to cut things out, just to show you eventually what we can do. All right, see you next time.